Hello and welcome to Feel Good Friday, your weekly dose of positivity right here on the Forever Ready Facebook and YouTube channels. This week though, it's really hard to spread positivity. It's been a tough week in our country and in our city, really across the world, as we all watched what's unfolding up in Minneapolis. On Monday, we all saw video of an officer holding George Floyd down, ultimately leading to his death. And across the country, people are grieving. It's not the first time we've seen a viral video like that of an incident involving a black man or woman and a police officer. But it is certainly striking a lot of folks this week, and especially us here at Forever Ready. And it's really tough to come on to a show that we call positive, that we share positive messages in a week where it feels like there's not a lot of positive to latch onto. And still, I decided to come do the show today because I feel very strongly about the need to remind ourselves of hope when we feel hopeless. And remind ourselves that when we speak up against wrongs and wrongdoing, that we are helping push forward change. What's happening in Minneapolis this week is difficult to watch, but it is a community that is grieving, a community that feels unheard, a community that's been waiting for folks that look like me to speak up and speak out against racism. And for some reason, that's become a political message in some cases. But today I'm here to just say this: there's nothing that I can do sitting here right now to change what's happened, but I can take a stand against what's happened and take a stand against racism of all kinds, systemically, playing out before us in videos like what we saw on Monday. Lack of access to justice. And speaking up and out against these things are important, and we must continue to do them. And so as I come here on the show this week, I don't have a whole lot of positivity to spread. But I do have that message that if we continue to speak up and speak out and stand up next to those who've been waiting for so long for people like us to stand up, we must do it. We can't sit in silence. One thing that came to mind this week, though, as I was planning the show, trying to think of positive things to spotlight, is a friend of mine, DeAndre Brown. He runs Lifeline to Success here in Memphis. And it's a program that he built from the ground up. He wrote a creed while he was in prison, and he wanted to spread that creed to others when he left. And he started an organization called Lifeline to Success. In that creed, he always says, "You must believe. You must believe, ... You must believe, ... I am this, I am not this." It's a powerful message, especially for someone who's been through what he's been through, and especially in a time like this when it feels like it's a crime for a black person to go for a run, to be in their own home. And so today I decided to share DeAndre's story, because what DeAndre continues to do through a pandemic and through all that's happening in the world, even on days like today, where he even said that it was tough for him to wake up this morning without crying and without thinking about how life could play out. But he still gets up every day, and he does it with such purpose and reminds us all that we must do the same. So I'm going to share with you this award-winning documentary called You Must Believe, that is about DeAndre and LaSalle, two folks at Lifeline to Success, about how they continue to push forward and overcome, all the while recognizing what they're up against every day, something that we are certainly recognizing this week as we see things unfold. And before I roll this, I ask you to watch it with all that's happening in mind and recognize that we must continue to believe, right, DeAndre? We must believe that if we come together and we stand up for each other, we can make a difference and see change, even when it feels helpless. So here's the piece. Thank you, DeAndre Brown, for all the work you continue to do. And let us all remember that we must believe.
Attention! You must believe you was created to succeed. You must believe you have the ability to change the outcome of your life. You must believe you can do it. You must believe.
There was a time in my life where I didn't think there was hope. When I was in my prison cell, I thought it was over. But I've been able to come out and create a thing that allows other individuals to feel the joy that I feel and to change the world. Lifeline to Success is an ex-offender reentry program, meaning any individual that encounters us should leave us differently than they found us. Our mission is not to make people what we want them to be, but to give them the space to become who they already are. We want to turn out healthy, healed people. And if it takes us 3, 4, 5 years to get to that point, we'll take those 3, 4, 5 years. The trauma that our men and women encounter from childhood is extreme and severe. It's something that, unless you've been involved in it, it's difficult to explain with words. In most cases, the men and women have what they need to be successful. They've just learned how to not use it. We bring them in an environment that teaches them how to love, nurture, and value themselves. We're an organization of convicted felons, and our mission is to change that perception of what a convicted felon is, and we couldn't do it in a vacuum. So what we did 7 years ago is we began to clean the city up. We knew that blight was an issue in Fraser, so we started cleaning up properties free of charge with our own manpower. And in doing that, a couple of years into that, the city saw the benefit of allowing us to not only work there, but to also become contractors. The purpose of the blight remediation was twofold. It made the city look better, but it also put us in position to not be feared by individuals.
My name is Sal Pratt, and I'm a team leader.
We met LaSalle about 5 years ago, and he had long, thick dreadlocks. His clothes didn't fit. He looked dangerous. My wife was afraid of him. So when he came in, he doesn't speak much. And being one from the street, you realize the quiet ones are the ones you have to watch.
I was lost, couldn't find no work. I was living with my sister. One day I was walking, looking for work on Fraser Boulevard, and I seen all the green shirts. And I said, I'm gonna go there tomorrow. I was hopeless and hurt from all the things I was doing, and it just, you can be yourself when you're here in this program, and you teach you a lot of things.
And it wasn't that he was a dangerous individual, he just hadn't had anyone to take the time to learn him. And by giving him the tools necessary and helping him work through those things and being there for him when no one else was, he realized that he could be safe. And once he realized he could be safe, he began to open up.
You know, we messed up, so we're trying to clean it up, so trying to get back. It's pretty fun.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, it feels great, awesome.
We take people that have no hope, tell them that hope exists, and then not only that it exists, but they can have it.
Because I applied to myself, because that what the program did to me. I had to be cleaned up, and then to go out here and clean the neighborhood up and just how the people just react and come outside and watching you and give all the thanks and the horn honking, it's amazing.
So we began to clean up a city, And in the process, we began to revitalize lives because the men and women began to be seen as assets. They began to be vital parts of our community and began to be leaders.
This is the best thing I ever did. And I just I wanna help other people. I wanna be a beacon of light to somebody. I wanna be that person for somebody to look up to, like, man, he did it. I know I could do it.
It's a humbling experience to know that you've been able to help somebody else come through what you've come through, and that the trial, the pain has become the platform. You must believe you are created to succeed. You must believe you have the ability to change the outcome of your life. You must believe that you can do it. You must believe I'm a success. I matter. I am important. I am somebody special. I am loved. I am needed. I'm a positive role model. I'm not my crime. I'm not my past. I am new. God loves me. I love me. I will succeed. As I penned that creed, every line was a reaffirmation of who I was and who I wanted to become. And to find out that not only would it work for me, but other people could attach to that and turn their own lives around, it's a powerful thing.
Lifeline, attention! You must believe you was created to succeed. You must believe you have the ability to change the outcome of your life. You must believe you can do it. You must believe.
I am success.
I matter.
I'm important.
I am somebody special.
I am loved. I am needed.
I'm a positive role model.
I am not my crime. I am not my past. I am new.
God loves me. I love me. I will succeed.
What?